My name is Nathan McNulty. I'm a senior security solutions architect here at Patriot. Been at Patriot for about a year and 3 months. My primary responsibility is to help my clients understand how to use the solutions that they purchased, primarily in the Microsoft Defender product suite, as well as the Entra, so our identity, our compliance, Purview suite, and then some Intune and as well as Azure related resources, just helping them find effective ways to implement the controls, especially with an emphasis on end user experience. Yeah, I mean, everybody's so friendly, super knowledgeable, and very generous with their time and willing to help with any kind of issues that come up. It's a very family feel. One of them, I just had difficulties on a project, and I was kind of, it's one of my first times not really being able to do something, and so feeling like, oh man, I let everybody down, and just the way that everybody surrounded me and helped with that, and it was not a big deal at all. So that was great. There was no disappointment at all. It was just very, hey, not a big deal. We all find things that we can't do, and let's just, here's how you do it, and here's how we move on. Really, it's just fun to get to help certain clients with things where it's like, this is totally off the wall. We don't have the expertise in this, but hey, you've got a weird background in education where you had to do everything. And so you happen to know a handful of these things. And so it's been really fun to get pulled into those things that aren't our area of expertise, but we just happen to have it on staff, whether it's me or some of the other engineers. But it's neat to be able to just kind of, I remember how we did that, and be able to hop in and help somebody with something that's just totally off the wall. That's pretty fun too. I'm not going to call it a work-life balance, but more the amount of time that we get to focus on ourselves, whether it's something that would relate to work. So we get a lot of study time, the ability to actually lab things out, and a lot of study time as well, being able to go do conferences or a lot of the learning aspects. So that's a big part of it. And the other big part is just the family time. So we do 4-day work weeks, which is amazing. Having 3-day weekends every week with the family. And just, our workloads aren't generally so heavy that we can't, it's a struggle generally in consulting to have enough hours to spend with family and that kind of thing, to keep utilization up high and just feel like we're able to be there for family. And so there's a big emphasis on maintaining that. That I go back to our utilization and the amount of time that we have for studying things. All of the engineers have that. And so when an issue comes up that, hey, I don't know how this works, I can go ask somebody, and they're not so overburdened that they're like, well, I'm sorry, I don't have time to show you how to do that. Or there are requests that may come from clients like, hey, I have this special scenario that I really wanted to do and nobody's ever done it before. We get a lot of those, which is awesome. Sometimes we just schedule an hour and 3 or 4 of us will go through and just beat up on the solution and come up with something really great, something better than I would have come up on my own, right? So I appreciate those things about Patriot and the way that we've designed. Really, Joe has designed the way that the company runs, that we have time to work together in a way that makes sure that we're providing the best solutions for our clients, which is just really neat. There is no correct path into cybersecurity. Of course, having computer fundamentals, understanding how operating systems work, understanding how networking works, some of those kinds of things are great. Help desk provides excellent training. You get your hands on tons of different things. That's where I started. But if you prefer analyzing data, maybe starting in a SOC is going to be a better option for you. Just looking at telemetry, regardless of where you start, understanding how all of these components work together is going to give you a better comprehensive picture. So, if you're coming from a different background, whether it's construction or other things, there's always going to be some way that relates back into technology and understanding how all this stuff works. And just, it's a little bit of a change in mindset. It's operational excellence at its core. making sure that everything is configured well and running well and implemented thoughtfully. And a lot of times we're just time constrained, and so a lot of things are given up in that process. And so it's kind of fighting against that normal tendency to say, let's just get it done and move on to the next thing. And so, if you have the ability to kind of take those steps back and have a better holistic picture of where that might take you in the future, that's really all you need.